My first reaction is disappointment. I know that the members of the Clare Leader Forum are angry and upset and feel really let down. It was a very straightforward ask, 400 winter payment. It's a bit like the fuel allowance, there's a beginning and an end to it. It was once off, so there was no permanent commitment. But there's a couple of things that's interesting. I mean, people may not know when the opposition bring a motion to government under the Constitution. The government have a right to block motions that have a cost to the state. So I suppose for me, I'm thinking if government could have conversed with each other before the motion was brought forward by Soc Dems, who are opposition, and agreed something beforehand so that the government brought forward the motion, because this was always going to fail. And while I fair play to the Soc Dems at one level for bringing it forward, really what it did was put forward this expectation of possibility in the knowing that they couldn't bring forward a motion that was going to result in this. So
You
I
think they knew that
suppose,
it was going to fail?
well, under the standing orders, it had to fail because that's the rules. So, if there was genuine intention by government TDs, which have been responding to their constituents locally around this campaign, and here in Clare saying they're very supportive of it, if there was genuineness in responding to this and the harsh reality of disabled people's lives, and particularly with the cost of living, which is impacting everybody, we understand that, but it is disproportionate to disabled people for lots of reasons we have continued to explain. So also the government, this new Minister Higgins is her name, with responsibility for disabled people, has mooted that the government would look at the cost of disability generally, but again with no time frame, nothing definite, no commitments, no process, and I suppose between this happening and the way disabled people are being spoken about at a political level, really what it's doing is causing a sense of harm. And the idea that disabled people don't really mean much to government in terms of what has been pre-decided. So, for example, the government gives X, Y, and Z during the budget, but we know that there's lots of payments that are provided outside of budget for exceptional circumstances. And this was one of them, because in case people missed this, for the last 3 years, government provided up to €1,400 once-off payments on a number of areas, including if people were on a disability allowance, maybe extra fuel allowance, etc. And there was a dedicated cost of disability. And to give that for 2 years, and then on the year after an election, let's remind us, but when it's more expensive to live, to remove that and to not even respond with the request from disabled people asking for this €400 just to get them over, or particularly people with high need, economic need, to get them over this difficult period, and then review what is a permanent cost of disability.